Yes, it feels like an eternity between Adelaide and Sydney. So many twists and turns, and one man key to that has been Mitch Moses back in the Blues fold. He's been good enough to join us tonight alongside his coach, Brad Fittler. Gents, really appreciate your time as we count down to what will be an enormous occasion at Suncorp Stadium. Coach, I'll get to you in a moment, but I've got to talk to your young charge you brought back into the fold. Mitch, great to be back in blue.
Yeah, loving it. Boys made me feel really welcomed and feel like I fit straight back in. So, yeah, can't wait to get out there on Wednesday.
Coach, obviously, you've had him in there before, Brad. How's the transition been, obviously, filling the boots of Nathan ahead of such a crucial game?
Yeah, well, given the fact last time Nathan was out, we got Mitchell in, and I've got a long relationship with Mitchell going back to the World Cup. Was that 6 years ago? And I've always had a lot of trust in Mitch. I think when Nathan went down, I felt like it was Mitch's position, jersey to lose, and I think the way he went against Canterbury just proved not just to me, most really himself and the team he's with at the moment, that he can do the job.
Mitch, we know how important the spine are these days of teams, particularly at Origin level. Now, you and Tedesco get on great. How have you been getting on with Jerome Luai, Damien Cook and Robson?
Yeah, we fit right in. We've connected pretty well straight away from day one since we've been in camp. I feel like we've been connecting very well, and not only just with our spine, but everyone else. So it's going to take 1 to 17 players on Wednesday night to get the win, and I feel like we've connected pretty well.
Freddy, you mentioned the fact that you worked with Mitchell in Lebanon all those years ago at the World Cup. What's been the biggest evolution of his game over that period of time to now?
I think just getting control. I think everyone realised how talented Mitch was as a young bloke coming through, and I think at stages there, maybe I didn't handle the pressure of bigger games, maybe, and but I think they got to the grand final last year and beat by a better team, and you can see now at the moment, a bit of a shaky start, but climbed their way into the 8, and now on the fringe of starting to get their reputation back. So I just think just that control and maturity.
Mitchell, is there anything to learn from your Origin appearance last time that can help you this time?
Yeah, definitely the speed of the game, how quick the defence comes up you, and you definitely don't have as much time as what you do in club footy. So that's a big thing that I learned from my Origin debut, and something that I'll take into next Wednesday and be very careful of.
So you're coming into this team. Are you coming in to try and replace Nathan Cleary in the role that he plays, or do you bring something extra to the team this week, and have you imposed that upon the training sessions?
Nah, we're different players. Nate's a great player. He's been one of the best halves in the comp for the last 4 years. But I'll bring a bit of a different approach, I guess, and look to kick well, take the line on, and just do my role for the team really, and whatever Freddy needs me and the coaching stuff that we've been working on during the week, hopefully I can take that out to Wednesday night and perform well.
No doubt the team has reviewed their performance in round 1. You were watching on TV, I guess. What did you make of the Origin 1?
I thought the boys just hung in there and a bit unlucky, I guess, and a few bounces of the ball go the other way. It's probably a different score, and probably just our effort. I think if we can fix up our effort a bit more and be on the ball a bit more and just compete, we'll give ourselves a great chance.
Freddie, you've got a great record in Game 2 in Origins. Has that been spoken about at all?
No, well, we need to win. So regardless of whatever history says in the past, we need to win. No one's gone up here and won and then gone back and won. So if we can do that, that'll be something pretty special that no one's done before. But we just need to win, Gal. Like you said before, I think back's against the wall. We've just got to come out, and there's no rest for 80 minutes. And if it goes longer, we've got to go longer.
Freddie, there was a story tonight in the Sydney Morning Herald that you're considering a switch, or to switch with Josh Addo-Carr. Can you explain the thought process behind that?
Mate, the team will be as named in the program.
1-3-17.
I'm not disputing the team. Will there be a change of wing positions though, potentially?
I'm not sure if you look at it if it tells you what side of the field they're on, but they'll be as their name, I promise.
Oh, I love it.
That's very good, Bradley. You're usually too honest for your own good.
He's
Yeah.
Learned from the best. Mate, we'll let you get back to it, Brad. Mitch, great to see you back in blue. Looking forward to an enormous occasion on Wednesday night, and all the best to you both.
Thanks, boys.
Thanks a lot.
Good on you. Thank you, Bradley. Thank you, Mitchell. Why will they win? Why will the Blues win, Gus?
Because they have to. Just got to do what's necessary. They don't write down how it's done. They only write down the score and who won. So that's just got to get it done.
I love his attitude there. How he said that. He said we have to win. We've got no choice but to win, and we have to go 100 miles an hour the whole time. If it goes longer, it goes longer. So
why? Because we have to.
Yeah, I like that attitude. I like the attitude he's come with, Freddie, and he's very serious. I haven't seen him that serious.
Look, and do you know what though? I like it.
I've said for years, underestimate him at your peril. Like, he's as competitive as anyone I've ever known in my life, and when it's really necessary, he always turned up and played well, and he coaches well, and he'll have him ready for this game.
You're almost proud there, Gus, when you're saying, Brad, you're usually an open book here. You're closed up shop there. You're lying what you're hearing.
A little bit too honest for his own good. Yeah. No, he'll have them ready. I have no doubt he'll have them ready. I sensed a bit of nervousness before game one, to be honest, but this week I'm sensing that they're really steely in their mind. I know they've had a couple of setbacks with players pulling out, and probably players can't train, but from what I understand, that hasn't affected the preparation, nor will it be used as an excuse. And he loves this arena, he loves the Origin. That's why the ex-players come back to be a part of it, and I think it's a benefit to today's players that ex-players are involved in the Origin, as many as possible.
There's been a notable shift in the way New South Wales and Freddy have done things this series. Normally it's pretty open, Freddy. Yeah, all the players are available for media at any day, any time you rock up. You can watch the whole training session. This year, they've closed it up. They've closed training sessions. They're trying to be a lot more guarded around team selections, as we saw there. And I think that's what's going to happen. Brian To'o will switch. He'll move away from Stephen Crichton, where they play on the left. He'll move to the club where he plays at club footy on the right, and Addo Carr will move to the left. I wonder how much of that is to try and combat the threat of Xavier Coates. Do you think any part of that decision will be about the aerial threat of Xavier Coates?
Well, both guys aren't overly tall. Xavier Coates is a big man. He's going to be 6'4", but both the guys we're talking about, Addo Carr and To'o, were probably not even 6 foot. So I don't know if one of them can jump higher than the other one. I don't know that. But look, they're both pretty solid under the high ball. Obviously, they need a lot of protection from their centres, so which I think they'll get.
What about Reece Robson?
Well, that's what I was going to ask you.
Have you Reece Robson?
Look, I thought picking Reece Robson. He's a big, robust guy. He's a bigger body than Damien Cook. Probably not as good as attacking threat as Damien Cook. So I thought maybe keep him out on there for the first 20 and bring Damien Cook on just 20 to 30. Bring Damien Cook on the last 10 minutes with his speed around the ruck.
Stand by for a couple of late changes. We watch with interest to see what Brad's got dished up for us. Either way, we're not getting much out of him right now. Game 2, it is all or nothing for the Blues, Suncorp Stadium. And as always, exclusive, live and free, State of Origin 2 right here on Nine's Wide World of Sports.